My wife said she wants to eat my special white sauce. Let's get started. So the first thing we're doing is cutting up. You can cut up one large onion, but in this case I'm cutting up two small ones. Onions peeled. So a little fun backstory. This dish, or this sauce, I was inspired when I went to a restaurant with my cousin one day, and usually I'm used to like typical, stews, tomatoes and stuff. This time we ordered something. It was like a white sauce, and it had chickens and mushrooms in it, and I really loved it. And I was like, hey, one day I'm actually gonna make this. Well, the day came. I guess you could cut the onions however you want, but personally I prefer them like as fine as possible. So if you have a technique of cutting them as fine as possible, it's better, because I think in this sauce it's better if you don't feel like there are onions in it. I just like to feel them a little bit. So like that. You can cut them how you like your mushrooms. I feel like if you had like baby close cup, you can just throw those in after you wash them. But in this case, this is just like normal close cup. I would like to quarter them or half them, because of the size, depending on the size. If they're smaller than this, then I'll half them. But if they're big like this one, I'll quarter them like so. I love mushrooms. It's I think my favorite part of the dish. Some people don't like them. Some people probably just kind of like push them aside, but I love them. First time I did this dish, I think I did like 2 tries. The first try was abominable. The second one was like, all right, I know I need to change. And then the third one, I kind of got it right. And ever since then, it's been smooth sailing. I use coconut oil. Just personal choice. I guess you could use any other oil, but I like coconut oil. I thought it would be the perfect complement for this kind of dish, because I'm thinking coconut milk. Well, I don't use coconut milk, so like 2 tablespoons of that. Throw it in the pot or the pan that you're using, and then let's put it on low heat so that it doesn't like burn everything instantly. So on this one, I'm putting like on the 3, and it should be fine. Once it warms up, throw in the onions first. Onions go in first. Fry the onions until they start to brown. Once the onions start sizzling, get out your garlic crusher. Get 1 large clove of garlic. Crush it in. Garlic is essential in this dish too. You could just use garlic granules too. I try as much as possible to use non-processed ingredients for this as much as possible. The onions are beginning to change color, so now we put in the mushrooms. The mushrooms, they retain a lot of water, so you just keep stirring it and frying it until the water starts to come out, and then that's when we go on to the next stage. Stir the mushrooms until they start to change color as well, and then when you start to notice that it starts to get mushy at the bottom because of the water coming out of the mushrooms. From what I've experienced, don't use frozen mushrooms or anything like frozen chopped mushrooms or whatever they call it, because typically they usually have more water in them, and it never feels fresh when you make it. I had a dish ruined because of that, so I would advise against using something that's been pre-cut. You do the cutting yourself. Next, we add the good bit of this double cream. Now, you can get like store double cream. Anyone like usually Asda, Tesco, they have their own brands of double cream, but double cream works best. I would use for a large batch. You use 600 ml. I think this is 270. Yeah, so this is 270. So I'll probably use 2 or 3 depending on how this goes. If you're allergic to dairy, this dish is not for you. Stir the double cream, increase the heat a bit, and let's get cooking. So if you're doing everything right, your dish should look something like this. I'm bringing that cream up to a boil, should be fine. We have some seasoned chicken here. It's already been grilled and spiced up. So usually I'll add something with a little bit of spice or kick into it. This way I don't have to add an extra kind of pepper with like a really, really high, you know, pepper that's really strong. Basically, you just add this chicken, have it spiced, put it inside, and cook it. Also add a little bit of black pepper just to complement the taste a bit. So just add a bit. The most important part of this, chicken stock cubes. Now this one is Knorr chicken cubes. You can find them in some stores, but you can use any chicken stock that you like. But for me personally, I prefer Knorr chicken cubes. I use about, for a big batch, probably 3. Your chicken right in there. Mixed veg, you add that too towards the end of it all, and just boil it. Add as much as you think you need, but not too much that it overwhelms the whole thing. I'll just add like a little bit. Because what happens if you add too much of the mixed veg inside this is it starts to taste like vegetables. After you've stirred in everything, then it'll settle. It won't be boiling, and then it'll start to slowly boil. And the cream, the white sauce will start to thicken, and that's when you know it's kind of ready. You can serve this with spaghetti. You can serve it with pasta. You can serve it with rice. You can serve it with boiled potatoes. Anything that you think complements it. Now, this is what it looks like when it's ready to be served. Like, it's thick enough. All the spices, everything is kind of rising to the surface. There's a change in the color of the cream itself. It starts to look more like the stock. That means it's thick enough to be served on whatever you want to eat it with, which is next. So I made spaghetti. And now we add the white sauce. And we're looking like that. Just drench it all over. Take as much as you want. Let's call Madam. Wemsy!
Yep. Okay. My favorite. Let me get a spoon.
Sure.
Oh, I've missed this so much. Which I didn't put enough chicken. Sorry. Exactly how I like it. Ooh.